This is Psalms 34:6. The poor man crieth, and Yahweh heareth him. He saved him out of all his troubles. Verse 7. The angel of the Lord encamp round about them that fear him and delivereth him. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Akafadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the whole elect. Shalom, Yahweh, being in the name of God, who the world ignorantly calls God. Bahashem, in the name Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Again, it's not God, it's not Jesus Christ, it's Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and His Son. And those are the names you're going to need to call on in these times to come. And Savior. Ain't no other name given among men whereby we must be saved. The only two names that's going to save you is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And they coming back to redeem the 1/3 of the elect, which you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native, and Seminole Indians. And 2/3 are slated for a sore destruction. This your brother Shatak Shar coming back with another quick lesson. Basically going into a Yahweh Bashima Shai Heareth, the righteous cries. You see, the eyes of the Lord is upon them that walketh after that righteous way. You see, and we coming into a time where we have danger lurking. We have trouble soon to be here. And you see what's going on in LA, you know what I'm saying? It's only going to get worse and worse. You see, which I think, it's me speaking as a man when I was talking to Elder Yakal. I think that was a trap to usher in martial law. Babylon the Great is going to be getting worse and worse and worse the months as we come in, you see. But we have a place of safety. We have a pavilion to be sheltered and kept from danger, and that's in the hands of Yahweh Bashima Shah. We know Yahweh Bashima Shah to be very trustworthy, and his abilities and power is unmatched. We know Yahweh Bashima Shah is a good refuge. We know Yahweh Bashima Shah is a place where we can be sheltered and kept from pursuit and danger, man. And we need to put all our, basically energy into Yahweh Bashima Shah, because he's the only one that can keep us from the dangers and troubles that's about to take place in Babylon the Great. You see, because, we the prophets, we sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. We trying our best to please Yahweh Bashima Shai in a good way, and he heareth our cries, he's watching over us and keeping us from danger. He's got the Alahayim, which is the powers, the angels, protecting our every step. You see, we gonna be sheltered. We gonna be protected. We just gotta maintain our trust and keep our confidence strong in Yahweh Bashima Shah. Like I was saying, his abilities and power is non-comparison. It's unmatched, And Yahweh Bashima Shah got his men. He's going to protect those who are righteous, man. So I'm gonna read this in Psalms 34, and I hope it be edifying. This is Psalms 34:6 again. It says, "The poor man crieth," and poor man, you know, it's talking about the Israelites, man. You know, the righteous of the Israelites, man. You know, because we cry. You know, we as prophets. It says, "And Yahweh heareth him and save him out of all his troubles." You know, and how about Shemashai is gonna save us out of all our troubles, man. You know, cause we sighing and crying too. You know, and he heareth the cries and the prayers and the supplications, you know, that we put in the atmosphere. You know, crying unto Yahweh Bashemashah to destroy Babylon the Great and deliver us out of the hands that hate us, man. You know, and we keeping that fear in Yahweh Bashemashah, respecting his commands, you know, reverence in Yahweh Bashemashah. Reverence goes into deep respect. You know, we got deep respect for Yahweh Bashemashah. This is why we can continue to do what we commanded to do, which is occupy in this truth, you know, and stay on that path of righteousness. Verse 7, it says, "The angel of Yahweh encamp round about them that fear him and deliver him." You know, an angel is our guard, our security, protecting us from the dangers that we can't see, you know, keeping us from harm. And soon come, that's going to be on the physical sense too. Because Esau, Edom going to come in like a flood, but hey, Yahweh Bashemashah going to lift up a standard. You know, give certain brothers spiritual power, those battle axes and weapons of war, to do the bidding of Yahweh Bashemashah, to bring down this wicked kingdom. You know, but hey, Yahweh Bashemashah going to have the Alahayim to also be protecting men and keeping them from the dangers and keeping them from harm. You see, it says in the NLT, it says, "For the angel of the Lord is a guard, and he surrounds and defends all who fear him." So if you don't fear Yahweh Bashemashah, you worthy of the destruction and the dangers that's lurking around the corner. You know, you won't have protection if you don't fear Yahweh Bashemashah. You know, you won't be defended. You see, you won't be in that hiding place. You won't be in that pavilion of Yahweh Bashemashah. You know, because you don't fear Yahweh Bashemashah, and that's the whole point. When you come inside this truth, you gotta have that fear. You see, because hey, fear keeps you in line. You know, fear shows how much love that you have for a person that you care about. Because you can love somebody and still disrespect and upset the person that you care about. Rather so, the fear will keep you in line and won't let you cross the line of disrespect. It says, verse 8, it says, "Oh, taste and see that Yahweh is good. Blessed is the man that trusted in him." You know, and hey, Yahweh Bashemashah is our refuge, and we got to put our confidence and trust in Yahweh Bashemashah, because he's the only one that can deliver us. He's the only one that can keep us from danger. He's the only one that can keep us from being harmed. You see? It says in the NLT, it says, "Oh, taste and see that Yahweh is good. Oh, the joys of those who take refuge in him." And we got to take refuge in Yahweh Bashemashah, because, hey, he is none comparison. You know, he's unmatched. Can't none do nothing to Yahweh Shema Shai. He's the ultimate one. You see? You know? And he's very trustworthy. He never forsaken anyone that trusted him. Daniel and the lions den, the Maccabees brothers, David and Goliath, or when Samson, or when Joshua was fighting armies and destroying a lot of armies, man. None of those men was forsaken. Even King David, jumping over walls, fighting through armies as well. Shemgar, you know, Benaniah. You see, none of those men was forsaken. And I think I'm saying that brother's name right. You know, one of David's mighty men, Benaniah. You see. Well, let's keep reading. Scroll down here. This is Psalms 34:15. It says, the eyes of Yahweh are upon the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. You see, so if you are righteous and you crying unto the Lord, he heareth your cries, man. And he heareth our cries, the prophets, too, as well. And he watching over us, keeping us from danger, keeping us from harm. It's another reason why the Yahweh Shema Shai is trustworthy. And brothers can attest, you know, that Yahweh Shema kept certain different brothers from danger and being harmed. You see? I can attest to it too as well. You know, it can be plenty of times where Yahweh Shema Shai can let something happen, but he don't, because we doing the good work. You know, and we trying our best to maintain our way before Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, it says in the NLT, it says the eyes of Yahweh watch over those who do right. His ears are open to their cries for help, and he's gonna come to our aid. He's gonna come to our help. You know, we hear about Jacob's trouble. We hear about martial law. We hear about the infamous and the danger of the sea hip. You see, but hey, Yahweh Shema Shai got us, and we gotta have our confidence in him, to rely on him. You see. Verse 16. It says, the face of Yahweh is against them that do evil. And this is why he's going to visit this place and punish this world for their evil. You know, because all the wickedness, you know, all the folly here in Babylon the Great, you know, it's overflowing with wickedness. Wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Esau Edom ways has got the earth out of course, upside down. Ain't no order in Babylon the Great. It says the face of Yahweh is against them that do evil, to cut them off, the remembrance of them from the earth. And that's what he's about to do. He's about to purge, meaning cleanse. You see, he's going to cleanse this world from the pollution of the wicked. After this destruction, you won't hear about no more wickedness. All you're going to see is a big old poster. This is Babylon, you know, a memorial of what wickedness can do to a nation. It says in the NLT, it says, but Yahweh turns his face against those who do evil. He will erase their memory from the earth. So better it is to be in the righteous stead and following the path of righteousness, because them the ones that's only got hope in the times that we coming into. Verse 17, it says, the righteous cry, and Yahweh heareth and delivereth them out of all their troubles. And that's what he's going to do for his righteous ones, which are indeed the elect. And that's who we hoping to be. We hope that we doing enough to be counted worthy to be delivered and kept from the dangers that's lurking around the corner. You see, it says in the NLT, it says Yahweh hears his people when they cry unto him for help, and he rescues them from all their troubles. And he's coming to our rescue. He's our hero, our true hero. Yahweh Bashamasha is our true hero. And he's going to come through and rescue his elect. Verse 18. Yahweh is nigh unto them that are broken in heart. And that's the Israelites. Just as well as the elect too. Because we going through sufferings and afflictions and pains. It says, Yahweh is nigh unto them that are broken in heart, and he saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. When we get low in the spirit, we read, and we found comfort reading the scriptures and reading his word. Yahweh Shemashai bring us comfort. That's why it says, comfort ye with these words. Because these scriptures are comforting. You see, it says, many are afflictions of the righteous, but Yahweh delivereth him out of them all. It says in the NLT for both, it says Yahweh is close to the broken hearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. It says in the NLT for 19, it says the righteous person faces many troubles, but Yahweh comes to their rescue each time. And he's going to keep doing that. Yahweh Bashamasha always going to hold up his end of the bargain. But we got to obtain ours. We got to keep our end up. Continue to be in this ministry. Make our every opportunity in this truth. You see, and that's the whole point. Seek the kingdom of Yahweh Bashamasha. Seek him early. This is how you doing that, by being in this ministry and occupying in this truth. You see. But I hope this, the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the whole elect. Till the next time I say Shalom, Abba Ball, Abba Ball.